I just watched the one we made out in the barn. It was when I connect to charming people, it gets quite. I think it was charming. You don't think it was charming? I do. I do. Oh, Matt assures me that Daniel is very funny. He's just very shy, but he is funny. Okay, that he's a funny guy. He has a good sense of humor, and he assures me. You sure? Because he don't talk much. No, he does. No, he. When we sat and talked, they were painting the Aggie emblem on the. He was out with an injured finger. He hurt it in practice. He was going to be the all-time leading scorer. You know, he's going to pass Eric Channing, which he never did. He's number 2 behind Eric Channing. He's all right with that. He has nothing against Eric Channing, right? Eric Channing helped revive the program when it was him with coach and the other kids from I forget what school in Illinois it was. Davino Hines, Billy Keys, and Eric Channing, and there was another kiddo. Was it Nico? I can't remember. There were 4 kiddos or whatever that came over from this Division II school in Illinois that stopped operating because of the budget. And they came and then came into our college, where they could transfer and moved right in, and come in because of the team going out. And then they must have had some friends with Coach Henson, because Coach Henson coached in Illinois, and said, "Hey, you could go play there," and they did, and they revived our program. Yeah, and it was fun. We went and saw them play with the Benegases stuff. Yeah, and what was the other kid's name? He was from. He reminded you of Punchy. James Moore. Yeah, we talked to James Moore after the game. It was all good. He's real shy and a sweetheart. He's real shy. He had a real good game. Had like 5 blocks that game and stuff. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, we had a good time, and we met Davino because we drew a picture of him before the game and held it up and stuff, and he came and signed it for Jordan. Yeah, and talked to him. It was cute. Yeah, it was adorable. No, they were real sweethearts. To the kiddos, and and just it was fun. And Coach Henson's a good guy. Yeah. Well, see, guys, the Roman thing, it's a trap. It's a trap. They lure you in. It's like, have you ever seen Joy Club? With the glass pearls. It's like that. So you like that, okay? Because life is worth much more than gold. We're jamming, watch you, wah wah wah. Right. So yeah, I was definitely making a prayer connection. I think it was diversion from the scientists, because the scientists were head fucking me and then going back into head fucking. This is the tie down, and we can make it. You think you can make? Okay, we're already. I had to fulfill everything, and by the time, guys, it was my birth. Okay, July 19th, 1966. Okay, that's officially when the tie down started. Okay, was the challenge and. Help, yelp, these people are crazy, man, I need your. And I did have people help. Mr. Ponce was, sitting there, and he was watching. He was convinced. He goes, no, this kid, they can have the most evil people doing evil things to be evil, and he can catch himself and go, no, I'm not going to do this. And he could do this at 4 and 5 years old. He could sit there and catch himself and look for the light out of this hell and say, I don't want to be that mean. I don't want to be that way. I want to help people, and the Shandy Robinson stuff. So he's been this, and Mr. Ponce, they watched me at school, and they studied me, and they had, surveillance equipment. And he was convinced, and I agree with Mr. Ponce. This guy's going to do it. He's not going to give in to temptation. He's going to restore the true meaning of the Gospels with faith based on reality. This guy can do it. He can resist the temptations of hell, and guys. For how many hundreds of thousands of years, okay, as soon as they turn 13, because now, win, right? And how many, if you go look at the story of David and the stories of Solomon, okay, how many women, I don't want to marry him, I want to marry David, I want to marry Solomon, these guys are jerks. And it made sense for the women wanting to marry David and Solomon. The other guys are still jerks. I've got lots of money. I'm a sex god, man. I'm a sex god, and you're like, dude, just stand up for Lord's Prayer. But you've got you've got a bigger penis than me. You got more muscles all over your body. I have muscles. We know you suck. You suck. And the reason why I get in Daniel so much is his hair, is he's been meditating a lot to help people through stress and through all this hell and all this noise, And Matt gets a little more distracted. Yeah, Matt's a sweetheart. Daniel completely adores Matt, and Matt completely adores Daniel. They're brothers. They're smiling and they're happy and they're colored. Okay, remember that from A Living Color? Okay. No, they're good kids. All right, they're really good kids. Yeah, and there's a good connection there. We got Ronaldo Dixon. First and foremost, shut up, Ronaldo. It's just funny. I'm one Jordan's, he's one of Jordan's best friends. So yeah, Ronaldo Dixon, Ernst LaRoche is from Montreal. Yeah, so Canada. There's Canada again there. You know, we got Bance is he's from France. From France. Yeah, he's a conehead. No, just kidding. Just it's going ahead. Also one of Jordo's buddies, you know, from from the Menzies Weir department. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready now. No, Paul's a good kid. This is a scary place, guys. This is genocide operations headquarters. Will blow you up if you don't know. This is a scary place. No, Marvin, when he was nervous. It's kind of nerve wracking when you meet me. You're talking about the guy that. Okay, guys. I terrify drug cartel leaders and professional assassins. Okay. When you meet me, it's kind of intimidating. You can ask Marvin. It's got yeah. It's weird because he's you know that thing. You'd think he'd be bigger. No, he's only about 6 feet tall, and he's if he doesn't come in all I'm here, entourage. He's very unassuming. He's very polite, and you can tell he completely adores you, and he completely adores Andre and Tammy. Yes, Tammy's screaming. There it is. Somebody must be shooting free throws. Either that, or they're in the hotel watching their. You go, Marvin. I like Marvin. He's a good kid. What is it? You get all these. Prayer works. Life's eternal. I connect to the soul, and people are terrified still. I don't have to figure it out. Nope. It's not a puzzle. No, all I have to do is just correct artificial general intelligence and connect it, and use that to integrate quantum computing worldwide to share the truth of the proof of the Lord's Prayer so we can all live out. Yay! Psalms and Proverbs all the way. All the way. So that's all I got to do. There is no code. No, there's no puzzle. There's no. I don't have to crack a code. I don't have to do the Peter Panda dance and none of that. All I got to do is be right and they're wrong. Be good because they're bad. And while I was watching the stuff with the Andy Griffith show, right? And after they finished it, it was the one where they had to pay for the church organ, and he got mad at Opie because he got in a fight on the Sabbath, which is the day after. It's actually Domingo, okay? The Dawn of Dominion. He got in a fight on the Dawn of Dominion, where all the Roman hypocrites put on a show and say they've changed that to the Sabbath now. We're ready now. Money ain't real. Shut up. Okay, so but it's just like and then he said, "Well, you said you needed the money to pay for the organ, so I went and told him we need it now. We need it now. No, you don't. Money's not real. Forgive that and trespass, love, one, eternal, faithful peace. Hey, no one's going to ask money for the organ for hypocrites sing songs about their comic book character from Jerome and Constantine no more. Isn't that awesome? It is. That's so cool. No, you have to think about it. Daniel's been having these things. What's it gonna be like in the kingdom of heaven? I want to know. It's supposed to be a place here on earth. Jesus says so in the Bible. Okay, so what's it gonna be like? Well, think like King Solomon. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. Still waters, green pastures. Lots of female Navajo rains. Yeah, not a lot of male. Sometimes it's necessary to wash things away, but that's when usually we're doing things really wrong. So you're going to have to look at a world that just has, wow, where the ecosystem is functioning at such a healthy, like a healthy body at a healthy rate. It's like there's almost like we're not having everything's just kind of moving along. We need rain. Here it comes. Okay, we need to clear up. We need some sun now for the plants. Okay, it's and you'll still have climate variances because of the equator, this, that. We will start. It is going to start getting colder up in places like Siberia and in Canada and Greenland and stuff. And ice is going to start reforming and stuff and things like that. So those kind of things, that's why we just got to be prepared. People that stay up there and are used to that, we got to make sure that their lives are very healthy and, they can get nice and fat and get us lots of eggnogs, and we'll bring up the mistletoe. And we need lots of Red Ryder BB guns, right? Anyone? Bueller? No, I'm just kidding around. Electric football sets. Yeah, electric football sets. I'm just kidding. No, I like electric football sets, but I actually like if the EA Sports doesn't have, tackles out of bounds and ridiculous hits that would hurt people and stuff like that in the animation because people are stupid. It's tackle football, not hit football. There's nothing great about watching a guy get hit where it could cause a concussion or cause him to be injured for life. Where he can, there's nothing great about that. You're just an asshole. There's a lot of assholes out there, and I was sitting there because I was getting that today. Is like I get all this jealousy. It's not really jealousy. It's out of balance. Okay, and the people in your family, if you think they're jealous of you, it's because life's eternal, grace is infinite, and we're out of balance. Suzuki, balance, harmony, and understanding. So when you're given a Constantine Jerome comic book character's better than you, because you're meant to compare, like Judah Krishnamurti said, don't compare. There'll always be people that are different than you. Love is, don't be no fool when love really don't want you. Wanting, when people are having to want because their needs are not being met, then we're out of balance, harmony, and understanding. So this is cool. Matt, are you contributing any to this, or are you just shaking your head and agreeing a lot with Daniel? I'm just giving you a hard time because it's fun. I love you. Okay. No, I love Matt Taylor. He's a good kid. Okay. Who else? Tyrone Watson, also from Toronto. Yeah. So the Bullar brothers, good kids. Real sweethearts. Yeah, the Bullars are sweethearts. I'm really particularly of Jalen Pinney. He's very shy. He's a sweet kid. He's a nice kid, really loves his mom and wants to take care of it. Wants to do what he can to help take care of his family. He's a good kiddo. Jalen's a sweetheart. Old Matt was really fond of, they were good buddies and wanted to see them have, better, it was a terrifying thing. Oh yeah, I'm certain if, the same thing happened with Dwayne Walker and if Marvin, if they could have had him, he's a janitor, but he could be a volunteer assistant coach. Shit. So a guy like Lord Saladin that can fight better than Bruce Lee and can play basketball better than all of us put together and explain it better than all of us put together would help us with the basketball team and help the kids. No, here's what you got to do. No, don't think analytically, think individually. Okay? Just go all Zora Neale Hurston on it, man. God made one duck at a time, right? Okay, so you look at each duck and you see how each duck goes. Everything has to be individual. You can't break it down into analytics and then break it down to analytics. There's Barack and St. Obama. There's lies, damn lies, and there's statistics. Okay, and so with Jalen and Matt, there was what needed to happen for them to have a more quote unquote successful basketball experience or career, as you would see it when we were still in batshit, rat shit, dirty old twat 99 extortion sucks. Yeah, okay, we were still in a Catholic school in New York, paying idiots to live here for. Okay, so it was basically because of their athleticism and their and it would work professionally too. They would just have to. What you have to do is just come to terms with your ego. Realize where you have advantages because of size and speed and athleticism, and worked on that mid-range game and get them doing it because they're athletic enough. They're both excellent leapers, and we would have had to work on Jalen's handle a little bit, but they encouraged him not to as much. And it's like you should, because the way he can take the ball to the hole, and it was just the coaching was kind of being detrimental to him because they were looking at him analytically as opposed to individually. Okay, now both of them probably had a lot of they had some of the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander talents, but were encouraged to do things a different way. And it was because of coaching, and but they're actually both more athletic than, say, Gilgeous-Alexander. They could finish at the rim. Boy, they dunk all up in your face. Bam! Son of a bitch. He dunked all over me. Yes, he did. Okay. And so, and then I probably could have worked with Harold with that stuff too. But I had a lot of stuff to work with Joe Garza. I never did because I didn't want to scare, they were scary. These people are mean and they're shitty. Okay. And a lot of things for Joe to do to help his game, to get people off balance, to get him more scores and passes and stuff to where he could contribute and have even more fun doing it, and then coach it with other kids. So, yeah. Well, we will in the future, but the thing about it is, everybody says that, Well, when you do that, other people learn too. Yes, but you have to have the talent to do it. And you guys got to understand that. It's like, but it's about exercising. It's about having fun. It's not about winning. It's about being healthy. That's what basketball was all about. He wasn't trying to invent a game for them to hurt each other over what they want. He was trying to take care of their competitive nature. But he gave them rules, Dr. Naismith. He gave them rules to keep them from hurting one another, but to be healthy inside during the winter in Massachusetts and stuff. He was a really good human being. That's why a lot of us really like basketball. In its initial form, it's health to try to keep the kids healthy during the winter. Okay. But God, what a guy, because of philanthropy, which is an invention. Okay. Kindness with money, kindness with rocks. You're fucking nuts. Okay. So kindness can only come from faithful love. Okay. And so, yeah. Oh, I was sitting there watching this stuff with, what's his name? John Wooden. Yeah. With the Aggies when they were playing the Aggies. And he's getting fussy because, they were having trouble stopping Collins. He was hitting, Jimmy Collins was hitting. And so he's getting a little fussy about it. And it's like, with me, no, when I'm coaching, no. Okay. When I'm playing games and I'm connecting to these wackadoodles, yeah, I get fussy, right? Because the AI's doing this and it's like cheating, right? And it does. And I guess it has to sometimes to be more competitive. Not always, yeah. But Earl is like James Bordeaux. Yeah, EA's fucking with me. Yeah, they are. They are. It's the AI and it's fucking with you. It takes you to certain extremes. I've noticed that when I play the video game, it has things that risk rewards you, and sometimes you have to take a greater risk to get the greater reward, and it will push you to that point. And I'm like, I hate that shit. Yeah, me too. Because it should work. Because it has the dropsies, flopsies, and overthrowsies, and the fumblies, and the bumblies, and and it does all that stuff. But you have to keep doing a greater risk reward to pull it off. And you say, well, I had to go for it on 4th and 13, right? And I won the game, and then went to the national championship, right? Because I went for it on 4th and 13 in a game where it was like it's all or nothing at all, right? And so, in that kind of thinking, it's not necessary. It's just a game. It's just healthy exercise to keep you from getting the pneumonia and dying in Massachusetts. Think I'm going back to Massachusetts. Gonna see the thing. Gotta do the things I want to do. And the lights all went out in Massachusetts. I like that song. I'm making fun of it. In Massachusetts is one place I have. I've never been to Massachusetts. No, I don't know if I ever will. Guys, once I'm done, Patrick likes the ocean, and I like the redwoods, and he likes, I think with the climate he's in and the culture will change. He's always, I don't like California. Well, you're going to understand the culture's going to be radically different once I clean this fucktard factory up. And California will be, yeah. The people that initially lived in California, a lot of them were very good people before philanthropy showed up. And the gold rush. Insane. Yes, they are. And so, you got to understand that, chances are, because I wear a silly grin, that things will be different in California once philanthropy is eliminated. And we're restoring the ecosystem and we're doing things to, I'm certain in the future that there will be certain projects for all these techno dugos like that rail thing I talked about when I was at Southwest Airlines. I said, yeah, no, it's going to be in a tube and it'll have a glass-like tube and it won't be affected by the weather and it also won't affect the weather. So it'll all be contained in that tube and then you'll go from LA to Denver. It won't be a long time to him in the sky. It'll just okay. With people, you'll move it at a slower rate so they can maybe see the scene. I hope you're enjoying the scenery. I know that it's pretty as it is here, there, than there. It's not prettier. No, it's, to each his own, to each his own. For me, there's you. Some people like Florida. Some people like Montana. Some people like California. And California is warm. California is gorgeous. Don't knock it. We don't have bugs and humidity, and we don't have, it's too damn cold in Montana. California is gorgeous when you're not fucking it up with money and stupidity. It's freaking gorgeous. And it can maintain a higher populace comfortably than Montana and Florida. Okay, yes. Florida's ecosystem is more fragile than California's. Okay. And it doesn't need all those crazy rich wackadoodles sitting there going, I'm having fun looking at all the Cuban girls shake their pants. Well, she ain't wearing no pants. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, gonna have a heart attack playing strip poker with her like Benny Hill in the old folks' home. We don't have those no more. Okay, praise the Lord. That means I won't have to die counting my money on a couch. Good. Because money ain't real, but your time is. Okay, so you understand? So that was a good connection. Good kids. I really, really adore them. Past, present, future operate at the same time. And when people pray and meditate, they get me and I know who they are. And if their prayers are very sincere and very beautiful, thanks, Canada. Canada's finest. Yeah, Daniel Mullins. One of the main things I said, what I am most concerned about when I watch sports, like when Remy got hurt, I started to cry because I knew that had happened to him before, and I know how painful it is and all the stuff, and it sucks. And yeah, I started to cry. I was like, oh, poor Remy, because Remy's he's like a son to me. He's a good kid. And so, what I'm most concerned is that they don't get aggressive or violent for the aggressive people that we gotta win because of the money. And so I want them to be calm. It's exercise. We love one another, and I don't want people to hurt each other to try to win. And the traveling, slow down. You move too fast. Got to make the moment feeling groovy, feeling groovy. Right. So that's what you got to do. And Daniel's like, yeah, I got that meditation. Yeah, I was talking to the Lord. Yeah, you were. Of course, we talked. But yeah, when we talked, the thing he said, because they gave him a scholarship to take care of his mom, who took care of him. And he'll always remember that about New Mexico State, and he'll always appreciate that from this community and how much he loves them for doing that and giving him this opportunity of the world the way it is now. But he knows in the future it's going to be better. He's a good kid. Yeah, very spiritually grounded. Good kid. Yeah. And he has enough. His teammates have an effect on him, and he has a teammate on them. And past, present, future operate at the same time. So you kind of gravitate towards the people that you want to be around to be in spirit that are like you. There's nothing wrong with being sexually attracted to women. Using women for sex, yes, you need to. If you're doing that, don't do that. If women are using you for sex, is that really what they're doing? Because, I'm just kidding around. I'm talking to Matt. I love you too. Okay, Bill Withers. I just want to spread the news. If it feels this good getting used, just keep on using me till you use me up. Boom, boom, boom. I was young too, guys. I was young too. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom. Yeah, Raquel Sally was her name. Oh, yeah, you know. Okay. Whoo, that girl had a figure. Damn, yeah. And she could kiss. Oh my gosh, she could kiss. She is one of the best. Yeah, she had all that tribalistic bullshit in her. I tried to love out of her, but I just didn't have the time because of science projects from Hellions. But oh gosh, she could kiss. She had beautiful big brown eyes. And she had a figure. I felt like ready for the world. Not Sheila. Yeah. There's a Sheila that was, she was married to a Marine and he could be kind of an ass and she was kind of testing the waters. Women did that to me, with me all the time. And I had to sit there and say, the whole Chris Rock thing. You want to, but you can't. You want to, but you can't. Temptation, go away. Go away, little girl. She was wonderful. She was Mexicana, married to a white guy, I think, and she was beautiful. She looked like a model, and she was sweet, and she had a good sense of humor, and she was very kind, but her husband had a tendency to be macho and stupid, just like Leticia with Adrian, who was a Marine and tramp stamped her, and so I had so many, I can't tell you how many times it's like, why can't he be you? And it's like, I'm working on it, Lord's Prayer. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. We can all be faithful, but we all can't be the top fucker who tramp stamps our girl's tailbone to mark my territory. Leg lifter. Yeah, So I'm getting a lot of hallelujahs from Matt's mom. Okay, from Daniel's mom, too, from the mothers. Hallelujah. Thank you. Love you, ladies. Okay. I'll be here until further notice. Okay. Anonymously, LY. Right. And so, yeah, it's cool. I love you guys. Thanks. Thanks for the prayer. Ronaldo, thanks for being, all you guys, thanks for being friends to my nephews, and thanks, I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being there when I was being screwed with here when I went to the library, especially you, Matt, your big smile and your encouragement and your kindness and your caring of other people when I talked about the possibilities they could do with science projects to a tsunami possibly hit Florida, and I had other people. I'm glad I'm not in Florida, not Matt. Matt looked at me and goes, I got people that I care about in Florida. I don't want that to happen. It's like, me too. I'm working on it. Right. Apparently we worked on it because it didn't happen. So that's, I heart you. I heart you too. I heart you. Taylor made. Okay. I was talking to Maria Taylor. Yeah. I'm just trying to scare her. She's cute. I think she's cute too, but I was just trying to scare her. Hey, I'm, like I do Ryan Seacrest, You mean if I don't live the Lord's Prayer, it's already, it's already happening. The only thing to be afraid of is being selfish and staying selfish. The only thing, when you're faithful and you love and you believe in the Lord and you have faith in God, have faith and jump. You don't have anything to be afraid of. You're afraid of being tortured by selfish people that use torture to manipulate you. Yeah, that's what you're afraid of. Oh, I know, they do it to me all the time. Shit, I'm like, God, they're trying to kill my ass, Suzuki. Jesus, this sucks. I hate it. I don't want this. And I get real uncomfortable, and they always tell me, don't think that way. You're the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. They have to obey you. You don't have to give in to their abuse and say, okay, I was lying about the Lord's Prayer. They'll rot your balls off with chemicals and laugh at you and turn it into a pathetic science experiment at the Nobel Prize Dingleberry factory. Okay, so yeah, Oompa Loompas suck, right? So you understand? So yes, it's all good. So just have faith and don't let their abuse, truth can exist without lie, but lie cannot exist without truth, right? And truth, you can't have, the only way to have love is truth, and abuse is not love. So abuse can be abolished by love, but love cannot be abolished by truth. Okay? We've had Hitlers come and go, but Jesus, steady. Okay, guys? I love you, all right? Hi, I'm Earl. I'm like Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Okay? Born in Las Cruces, just like the book of Revelation says so. Go Aggies. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, we're not gonna drink a keg of booze till we wobble in our shoes. No, alcoholism sucks. What are we getting? And when we win this game, we won't wobble in our shoes because we know drinking booze is a way to lose. I don't know. We'll fix it. We'll work on it. I'm working on it. We'll work on it. Okay, guys? I love you. All right? Peace out.